Learn Excel from MrExcel Podcast, episode 2322, the VBA killer, first look. Hey, welcome back to the MrExcel Netcast. I'm Bill Gillen. I've been afraid of this day. It's a question that's been asked since I wrote my first book for Q back in 2004. How long will Excel VBA survive? And through 6 editions of that book, I always said, don't worry. It's not going to go away until there's a viable alternative, including a macro recorder. And Excel 4 macros are still supported 27 years after the viable alternative debuted. So, A, get to a viable alternative. B, wait 27 years. That's 2047. With any luck, I won't be working by then. All right, public preview. In order to try this, you need an E3 or E5 level of Office 365, not the Home Edition. It has a macro recorder. It's hard to find. The macro recorder, not perfect, but hey, neither is the VBA macro recorder. They don't have a good distribution story yet. It's not in Win32 yet. They started in Office Online, but it'll come to Win32. And once it comes to Win32, I think our 27-year clock starts to run. Hard to find. Here's what you have to do. Go to admin.microsoft.com. Top right-hand corner, click this button for the new Admin Center. Over here in the left navigation, choose Show All. Within Show All, go to Settings. Within Settings, go to Settings. Like I said, it's buried. Inside of Settings, scroll down here to Office Scripts. Turn it on. Let users automate their tasks in Office on the web. When you turn this on, it takes about 3 or 4 minutes. But then, when you open Excel Online and open a file in Excel Online, you'll have this tab, the Automate tab. All right, and there's a code editor and a macro recorder. Here's my Hello World script that I recorded a few days ago. So what it did is it goes down here to the bottom of this data set, goes to B19, types the word total, puts a total there, and C19 copies, pastes. Click inside. Watch over here. I click run. There we are. Totals, total, total. How did I get this? Well, let's start here on this data set. Go to record actions. All right. So first thing I want to do is I want to press Ctrl+Down arrow, right? That lets us handle a whole bunch of different size data sets. So from B1, press Ctrl+Down arrow, and then down arrow again. Type total. Here, I'm going to press Alt equals and Control-Enter to stay in that cell. Copy. Control-V to paste. Simple enough. Stop recording. Script name second, Hello World. Click Save. Run, edit, or delete. I'll choose edit. All right. So, I don't know JavaScript, but the thing is, I didn't know VBA when I had to switch over from Lotus macros to VBA. The question is, can we look at this and figure out what's going on and figure out, how to do whatever, right? So, bad news, good news, is they can't seem to record Control+Down arrow, right? So this is always going to go to B14, whether there are 13 rows or 17 rows or 100 rows. Unknown event received with event ID 502. What the heck does that mean? But they selected C14 and put in a formula there, and then did a copy from C14 to D14 to E14. The great news, I guess, this doesn't look horrible. I can sort of figure this out. Well, they're calling it Office Scripts, and there's a web page from Microsoft where they have some sample scripts, right? Read and log one cell to the console, work with dates, apply conditional formatting. This is deep. Create a sorted table, delete resolved comments. There's tutorials. Boy, I love some VBA, right? I understand VBA. I can write VBA from scratch. Never used JavaScript ever. The big question is, given some code, can we figure out what the heck is going on, right? So if you're a JavaScript pro, just stop right here because you already get it. But let's say you're a VBA person, and the big question is, can we figure out what's going on? So here's a data set. It has 18 students. Their score on assignments, midterm, and finals. We want to calculate a total. We want to calculate a grade. The name of the sheet is called scores. All right, so over here, async function. Let sheet equals context at workbook.worksheets got get item scores. That's the name down there. Cool. Okay. Get used range. And then this await, right? This is asynchronous. That means wait till the process is finished, like application dot do events. And this is debug.print right here. Total students tells us how many students we have. Now, hey, this one I can already tell is going to take some getting used to. Column A in this world is column 0. It's 0 based. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So when they talk about student range dot get column 4, they're talking about column E. All those great facts that you know, like T is 20. Sorry, T is now 19 because A is 0. Get rows below dot get rows below, and it's row count -1 clear. They're clearing some formats, clear some formats. All right, and then wait for that to finish. Declaring variables. Hey, Jordan Goldmeyer, there you are. Look at me, my second macro ever, and I'm declaring variables. This is for I equals 1 to row count -1. This is the JavaScript. So we're starting at 0, going until I is, I don't know, and then that's an incrementer right there, right? Get max scores from first row. So if I is equal to 0, in other words, if we're in row 1, this is row 0 to the script. Check this out. Get the max value for assignments. That's a little regex right there. How cool is that? And then for the midterm max, again, get the digits. Finals max, get the digits. I'm bad at regex, but I'm excited that it's supported. That's great. And then they're doing debug.print, the assignment max, the midterm max, and the finals max. Let row equal students range dot values I. So that's saying, that's assigning an object variable called row, and it's equal to this row, right? So if we're on the third pass through here, row 3, so that's row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3, it's going to be talking about Carol. So that variable row is an object variable, and this variable called total is the first item in row plus the second item in row plus the third item in row. And remember, this is the 0th item in row. This is the first, second, and third. So we're doing columns B, C, and D. Just a little math in your head there where you're going to have to add or subtract 1. All right. Then let valid equals true. So they have a variable named valid. They're setting it up as true. If the first item is less than 0, so row, this row, item 1, this is item 0, that's item 1. If it's less than 0, or if it's greater than assignments max, then we're going to color it in red. I wonder what are the strings we can use here. Don't know for now. And then valid becomes false. If the second column, midterm, is less than 0 or greater than 30, then color that in red. All right. And then down here, if it's not valid, then continue. This is a select case in VBA. Switch true. If it's less than 60, then an F, less than 70, a D, less than 80, a C, less than 90, B, and then case else is now called default. All right, I'm getting this. I'm following the flow here, even though I've never written JavaScript before. It's close. And then get cell, I is the row number, 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So column E, they're writing the word, the variable total, and then in F, writing grade. Color the grade. If it's equal to A, then we're going to do green. If it's equal to F or D, then orange. So we know we can use red, green, and orange. And then they're going to center the fifth column. But remember, it's column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So center column F. And then wait for the whole thing to finish. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Holy shit. Okay, hey. Yeah, it works. All right. Look at that. Down here, the console, total students 18, assignment max, midterm max, finals max. Problems? No problems. No problems. No problems. All right. Yeah, perspective, right? Perspective. I've been afraid of this day for 16 years because now the 27-year clock starts ticking. But you know what? I've been afraid of it for 16 years, but it's not that bad, right? It's JavaScript. We'll learn JavaScript just like we learned VBA. VBA from Lotus command line macros was a huge jump. This isn't that far of a jump. It's the same constructs. We've got to learn some new syntax. Not the end of the world. This is the point in the video where I decide what book is most appropriate. I don't have a book on this, but my friend Suad Osgar, who wrote a book on JavaScript UDFs, probably doesn't cover this scripting language at all, but might get you a little bit up to speed. I don't know how I feel today. I honestly don't know how I feel. Hey, but here we are. Whether it's good news or bad news, and I'm still not sure what news this is, I'm committed to bringing you the latest in Excel. If you're interested in learning more about when new things hit Excel, please, down below this video, subscribe and ring that bell. Feel free to post any questions or comments down in the comments below. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast from Mr. Excel.